Hello all and welcome back. So in this video, let us insert the node at an index but using recursion. Now the same problem we have done by using iteration in the last video. So please make sure that you see the same. We have this overall linked list in front of us, right? And we have the head and we want to insert this node at index 3. Okay. Now the understanding which we developed in our last video when we were doing the same iteratively is going to be helpful here as well. But in recursion, of course, the benefit is that we have to do some part and most of the part recursion can do for us, right? So let us now try to follow the framework, everyone. In recursion, I know that I have three steps. That's how we have understood recursion, right? So the very first one is your base case. Okay. Base case, I believe, is pretty easy. Okay. And let me just write it a little down so we can extend on it. Yeah. Great. So the first one is just your base case. Base case, I believe, is pretty easy. Okay, so there can be two cases. First is when index is 0, right? So we saw that if index is 0, we just have to insert at head, right? Second, yeah, we have to insert at head. Whereas if my head is none, then I have to do something, because if head is none, then ideally I cannot insert in that, right? If head becomes none, so for example, let's say it's an empty list and you are asking that, hey, insert in the third index of this list, right? So that's the problem. Either the index should be 0, or if the index is not 0, okay, in an empty list, if you are asking that, hey, can you insert on the second index, that's a problem, right? Because it's an empty list. Great. So yeah, that's the overall thing which we have to handle. Second is the recursive call, right? So the recursive call is going to be something like this. If we have our head, in my head next, I can just call the function. So let's say insert, right? With the same head but dot next this time. So again, my problem is going to get break like this. So I'm going to pass a part of my linked list. That is, I'm going to keep head to myself and going to pass the head. This time, if I'm doing the same thing, then data will remain the same. That is not a problem. And I just have to make sure that index also I reduce by -1. Because if I have index 3 for this particular head, then the same is going to be index 2 for this particular linked list, right? So I hope you're able to understand this. For this list, if the index is 3, then same is actually index 2 for this list. Okay. So yeah. Third actually is going to be our work. Our work. So in a way, we have handled our work when we wrote it for index equals to 0. Because when the index will be 0, that is when we are going to do something. So due to that, in our work, we just have to return the head. Whatever we are getting, we just have to return the head. Okay, so let us try and code this, everyone. Okay, so let us just try to write it here. Def insert at index recursively. And here we will be having a head, data, and index. Great. So first of all, let us see if index is 0. Now you have to understand one thing. Index 0 kind of represents, okay, that I am at the starting of my list. Okay. In a way, though you have to think this after writing the code, but still let me help you to think this. When you will make the recursion calls, right? When you are going to make these recursion calls. So first call, 3 is the count, 3 is the index as of now. It will become 2 here, 1 here, and finally 0 here. Okay. So I am saying that this particular linked list, I want to insert something at its head, right? And what is that something? It is that new node. Okay. So using recursion, that is how the flow is actually like happening. That is the reason that Just if you are able to handle this insert at index 0, that is your work in a way. Now, if you return this, we have to make sure that we just do this connection again. Okay, so I hope now it is a lot clear why I write like this. So first is this, just maybe we can call return insert add head, right? So we have already seen how this function works, pretty easy function. Next is if head is none, then actually we have to print that index is out of bounds. Index is out of bounds. Because if index is not 0 and the head is none, then we kind of have this condition where temp was none and index was, this count was still greater, right? So in a similar way, if head is none, index is out of bounds, and we can move forward, just return this head only, or we can return none as well, should be fine. Last, I just have to call this head dot next is equals to, just let recursion do the work. Okay, head dot next data and index minus 1. Once you do this, actually the code is going to run pretty well. Okay, so let us just try this once, everyone. Yeah, seems to work. Let me make it 3 and let's run this now. So yeah, enter the value. Let me say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, minus 1. Okay, so it is giving an error, insert at index. Okay, my bad. It should be at head, right? Great. So just messed up the function, should be fine. Great. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, minus 1. And it seems to work. It is working, right? So let me just make it a little bit more clear to you all so that you are able to understand how the flow would have happened. So what we can do is, let me make a copy of this list and help you imagine. Because if this is clear once, then you will be able to write lots of code of this recursion going forward. Okay, great. So let me just copy this. Cool, everyone. So pay attention. What's exactly going to happen? The same is going to help you write a lots of recursion code on linked list going forward. Okay, cool. So we have this particular linked list. I received my call. I received this. So let us write what we received. For us, here the count was 3 and data was 35 only, right? So this is the count, not the count, sorry, index and data, right? Now when I call using recursion, so just I'm doing it horizontally. We have as of now seen the working vertically, right? So doing it horizontally, when I call the recursion, 2 is going to be the index. It is going to be 35 still. Similarly here, 1 is going to be the index. This is going to be 35. And here finally, when we make this call, it's going to be 0 and 35. Okay. Now, if you see, we have actually hit a case when index is 0, right? So what recursion is going to do based on this thing, it's a index equal to 0 case, which we have handled via if condition. Recursion is going to make a new head. Okay, it's going to insert at head, that is 35. And after that, we will just have these. So I'm just drawing it 40 and like this. Second, 50. So pay attention what exactly going to happen. This is what my linked list was. My whole case actually just boiled down to adding two head. And now I am returning this new head, right? I am returning this new head. Because I'm returning this new head here, okay, this overall linked list code recursion is going to return me the new head. It is very important that I join this back. If I don't join this, right? If I don't join this, then the code is not going to work. The reason for that is, yes, we are going to insert this head. Okay, we are going to insert it here. But when the flow comes back to this code, when the flow comes back to this code, then we have to make sure that we join this whole flow. We join this whole flow. And this is the reason, this is exactly how the flow is gonna work. So I hope this is clear now, everyone. Let us just one last way look at it in Python tutor as well, because I want to make sure that it is properly clear to you all. Okay. So great. Let me just showcase this to you exactly what's going to get returned. Pay attention. Yeah. Let us just remove all this. Okay. Cool. So again, okay, it's in the end. My bad. Just me edit the code. Okay, so it is expecting inserted head function, which we should have here. Okay, so it's giving an error that inserted head is not here. Okay, Chai, it was here. So let me copy this and let me include it here. Okay, so it is giving the error that inserted head, which we are trying to use, that is not present. Okay, so Python tutor was giving that error. Now what we have done, we have just copied this, right? Great. So now once we have copied this, what we have to do, let us visualize. And seems to work fine now. Okay, everyone. So just what I have done, just the code for insert at index recursively, I have added here. Okay, cool. So let us first move forward. Let us first move till the end we get the linked list. So let us go ahead. Yeah, see, this is where, as of now, I have my head. So it is this much only, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now let us move forward. The functions are going to get defined. And finally, we are going to call insert at index recursively, right? Great. So first, we are going to check if my index is 0 or my head is null. I think both are not true. So let's move forward. Okay, so I hope you're able to catch this, everyone. I'm checking here if for the index and the head, these are the two conditions which I have to check. Because both are not true, I'm going to move forward. So let's move forward. And see now, I'm going to make this call. Okay. In this call, I am just calling by head.next. So this 20th will be the new head. Data and index minus 1. So index will become 2. Pay attention. See, in the next function which we created recursively, head is now pointing to this, right? So my head in a way has changed for this recursive call, the second recursive call. And it is pointing to the second linked list, second node. It is very analogous to way we used to do things in list and arrays in recursion, right? Again, this is not the case, so we have to move forward. Okay, now this is the third in node, which is the head for the third function. Again, no condition is getting satisfied, so we have to move forward. And now finally we get here. Now just forget everything. Okay, so let me just try to remove these as well. So yeah, just now forget everything and try to solve this problem. Okay, what if we are just given this particular problem? I think the case is very easy to understand this problem, right? We just have a linked list 40, 50 and the index is 0. So it is asking me to insert at head, right? So I hope now you are able to understand how recursion is handling this thing. You forget anything about recursion or anything. Just think that if you are given this linked list, okay, 40 and 50, and if I ask you to insert 35 at its head, don't you think that it's a direct thing which you can do? Like you don't need to do any recursion call or anything, right? So that is why this is one of the base case for our work which we have to do. Now for this, I'm calling insert at head. We know how that works. Just simple 3 lines. Okay. So insert at head is getting called. This is the head. Okay. It's going to make a new node and then that new node is going to get returned. So this we have seen already via working. So yeah, let us move forward. New node getting created. See here. So yeah, new node getting created. And this is my new node. Now, this head, right? This head, first I have to make sure that I make this connection so that I don't lose on anything. See, this is the connection which we make. From where is this connection coming? It is coming from this new node dot next head. Something which we have seen already, right? Something which we have seen already. Let me remove this as well so you don't get confused. See, new node dot next. it's making sure that this information, this particular head is not just forgotten or get lost. Please, as of now, try to not see this. Okay. So zooming in, I think I can make the problem smaller. We just have to add this 35 node to the head of our this sub part of linked list. Once we do that, once we do that, okay, once we are able to just create this thing, let me just zoom out. Yeah. So yeah, great. We are going to get our head like this. See, insert add index recursively. It is going to return this thing. It is going to return this thing. And this is what I want to explain you very nicely. So pay attention, everyone. This head dot next is going to connect with whatever you return here. And the return value this time, it's this node, which in turn is making a linked list like this, right? Which is making a linked list like this. So yeah, I know a little bit, not so cumbersome. I think using visual, it is a lot clear. Now, when this head gets returned, I have to make sure that I update my connections. If I don't do that, it's going to be a problem. Else you will not see the answer. That's why anytime you are calling recursion on a linked list problem, please make sure that you are reconnecting your all the connections. Okay. So don't just leave and call it. Collect that head and make sure that you are connecting it again. If you don't, then this connection will remain intact and you will not be adding anything. Okay. So great everyone. Now let us move forward. I am pretty sure with this overall visualization, it should be a lot clear. So see now, just the second I did this, this was the return value. Head dot next, we just updated this, right? We have just updated this. And now everything is going to remain the same. This now gets returned. It's going to get connected here, which is the same thing. Okay. This is going to get returned, this list. It's going to get connected, which is the same thing. And finally, the last one, insert at node index recursively. And we have our head like this. Okay, so I'm pretty sure everyone now with this visualization, it is a lot clear on both the things that exactly what was happening. I want to make sure that you actually understand this line, the line on 61. Okay, if you don't connect, then this connection will not break and you will not be able to make this new connection. That's why in recursion, it is very, very much important that you reconnect your node. Okay. So yeah, that was the overall explanation, everyone. Please make sure that you just try to dry run it once again and see that you are able to understand each and every step. Moving forward, we are going to do more problems using iteration and recursion so that it becomes a lot clear. The time which you are spending right now to make your understanding strong is going to make sure that you are able to do each and every question in linked list. All the question will be a lot easy if you just understand these things once. Okay. Cool then everyone. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you.